Welcome back, Magic fans, to another video. This is Merlin Magic, and today's video is going to be the 4 races. I know some of you guys might have seen this trick before, but this is my own personal twist on it, so it draws a really good effect from audience members or family, whoever you're performing to. And the best thing about it is it's so incredibly simple that if you're completely new to Magic with no skill, or if you're young and starting out and this is your first trick, it's so easy to learn. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll be able to go straight out and perform it confidently, and you'll get amazing reactions from spectators. So, on with the trick. So like I said, this is the 4 aces. What we're going to do, unlike some versions of the 4 aces, we're actually here, just going to give it a good shuffle to make sure the deck is completely random. So there we go. So now, with other 4 aces versions, you'd normally get the spectator to cut the cards in half. Whereas with my version, we're just going to tell the spectator, obviously I'm going to have to do it for you because it's a YouTube video, is to start placing cards down into one pile like this. And then you don't have to deal from the top. You can say, oh, do you want to deal some from the bottom? And they'll go ahead and deal some from the bottom. Like so, just so it's completely random. And oh, do you want some from the middle? There's a big stack there. So now we've come to a randomly generated amount of cards, which no one can possibly know which cards have been selected. So then what we're going to do is you can either do this yourself or ask the spectator to start placing the cards down into 4 piles. Like so. And every time this trick's performed, it could have a different amount of cards. You've probably got just over half the cards here. So around about 27 cards, roughly. Whereas you could have 8 or 10 or 6. It's completely up to the spectator how many he chooses. It's a complete free choice. So now, as you see, we've come to 4 piles with 4 randomly generated cards on. So now we're going to reveal for the first time what the top 4 cards is. And wouldn't it be amazing that if the 4 aces were on the top? So we're going to go here and reveal the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, the Ace of Spades, and of course the last one here, which is the Ace of Diamonds. So of course when we started this trick, I gave you the opportunity to take cards from the top, from the bottom, from the middle, as many as you wanted, and somehow you've managed to generate the 4 aces onto the top of the deck. So that is the trick, and now, like the other videos, I'm going to show you how it's done. It's incredibly easy. So like I said, if this is your first Magic video you're watching and you want a trick to be able to go out and quickly perform, then this is the trick for you, because it's a very simple setup. It doesn't require any sleight of hands or fancy flourishes or anything difficult. So the only setup is you find the 4 aces before you start the trick, place them on the top, then you're good to go. So then this is what makes the trick more powerful than other versions of the 4 aces trick, is that you actually shuffle the cards before the spectator's eye to prove that it is in fact, the deck is not stacked in any way, it's not been set up. So you do that twice, but here's the secret. When I riffle shuffle these cards, I'm not disturbing, as you can see here, the top 4 cards. So see, there's the 4. I make sure that at least 4 cards are still on the top. So when I break it here to do half the deck and I start riffling down, I make sure that the ones in my right hand here, which is where the 4 aces are on the top, that at least 5 cards, see here, there's a good, 18 cards there that's still on the top. So that order on the top has not been disturbed, and you can do it again, and just make sure that when you're riffling down, you make sure that a sizable amount of cards stay on the top. So then look, see, after 2 riffle shuffles, the 4 aces are still on the top, and that's the only, I'd say, not difficult, but that's the only part of the trick which you might need to practice a few times if you're new to riffle shuffling. Of course, you don't have to riffle shuffle if you don't want to. You can literally just start the trick from now. But I think if you really want to perform this trick and get the best possible reaction, and if you do it quickly, it really does look like you've done a full riffle shuffle. Just shuffle the cards before the trick starts, and that just, in the spectator's mind, kind of makes them think, okay, this hasn't been set up, the deck's been properly shuffled. How is he going to perform this 4 ace trick if the cards have been shuffled? So from here, you say to the spectator that you can either start placing cards down like this, or you can do it for them. And all you're doing is counting down the cards. And once this 4th card here has been placed down, you're safe, because now, no matter how many cards they choose, no matter whether it's from the top here, from the middle like I showed you, or the bottom, no matter how many cards you place on the top of them 4 cards, it will not alter the order. The 4 aces will automatically rise to the top of the 4 piles because it's called a self-working card trick. So I'll just show you actually, if I place them the other way around, just for, as you see here, so they're the 4 cards. They're not going to disturb the order here. Hang on, that's just, yeah. So as you see, the 4 aces there are on the bottom. And all you're doing now is when you're saying to deal out the cards into 4 piles, all you're actually doing is solving a mathematical problem of just bringing the cards from the bottom of the deck up to the top. But of course, like see here, this is where it starts. See the aces, I've turned them this way around for the purpose of this tutorial. So you can see what's happening. As you see, obviously they'll be this way round, so your spectator won't know that the aces have risen to the top. And then all you need to do is the big reveal and say, you could even say, you know, I bet you £1 that from a shuffled deck and with a randomly generated amount of cards by you, that I can make the 4 aces be the top 4 cards. So that's one way you can do it. You can just find your own twist on what you say to then you do the big reveal. So that's what it will look like. That could be any top 4 cards, whereas you know it's the 4 aces. Then you do the reveal. See, there's 1 ace, there's the 2nd, there's the 3rd, and there's the 4th. And that is the trick, guys. It's a really great beginner's card trick if you're new to Magic. Would you leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content? And if there's anything you're struggling on, if you want tutorials on how to shuffle, how to riffle shuffle effectively, or anything like that, just let me know in the comment section below and I'll do a tutorial for that. But until next time, just keep practicing and I'll see you next time.